found out that Ari was getting his own clones, were you like, that's great? And I was like, no, that's mine.
Not, oh my God, I was so excited because I just remember the first day on set working with him in that diner scene in episode 1 of season 2 and sitting across from him, and he had this presence about him that was so undeniable and so deep and dark, and he just has all these amazing qualities in him, and I think he's an incredible actor, so I think he's going to really just bring the show up to another level entirely. And yeah.
Exactly what I wrote about him.
Yeah.
Episode 1 review.
Yeah, because he's kind of a shocking presence, you know? He's beautiful, and yet you're just kind of drawn in for all the other reasons. Like, he's just really, really interesting actor.
About that scene, I think, became then like one of those movies that we all really love as well, like a Coen Brothers film or something about him and the look and the eggs and the, it was... Yes, exactly.
That line, I think I texted you or tweeted you or something when he said, "We're here to take you to Kira." I was like,
No, they're not.
I was like, oh my God, he has this gravitas that you don't often see from he just isn't afraid to reveal himself as everything.
Yeah,
he just reveals it all.
Dark badass.
Dark badass.
Yeah.
Bad guy.
Tell me about playing a clone. Does Tatiana give you any clone acting 101?
We've had a couple of conversations, but I think we're waiting to find out. Thank you. We're waiting to find a bit more about who they are and then be able to develop things. So it's I'm pretty excited.
How's it for you reading that script? Because maybe it was just the way it was edited in the episode. There's a shot of Paul that comes in, so I'm like, holy shit, it's gonna be Paul.
Yeah. Well, I think it would be too gimmicky if it was Paul or any. I think all the other male characters on the show were discussed, but I think bringing someone new, a new character, a fresh character into it, I think it was a genius move to do. And Ari's going to be great, but it's a lofty task, but this guy's up for the challenge for sure.
Next season, because all throughout the show he's kind of like close to a different character in a few episodes, and now he's kind of like friends with everybody, but not really close to everyone. So
I always think really hard about what kind of answer I can come up with. I have no idea what his deal is going to be. I've been redefining who he is and who I am too. Like, the last couple of years have been kind of a roller coaster ride, so I've been going through the process of redefining what I bring to my work and what I'm going to bring to him. I got no idea where he's going. I'm just gonna dive in. I'm gonna just see what happens. I have no idea what's gonna happen.
you probably hear this all the time, but it's so bizarre.
I scare people often.
He gets that a lot. Yeah.
During the first season, did you have any idea where she was going to go, or were you playing it not knowing it was part of
I had no idea at all, but I knew that when I went to meet Graham the very beginning, he told me that partly that Mrs. S was based on Patti Smith. So I jumped off a chair and hugged him to bits, and that was the sealer for me. So I reckon, that one of the most unpredictable and true women in the world to be based on, it's got to go somewhere interesting. So yeah, and like Jordan, I really don't know what's coming, except I think I'll always be really interested in tea. That's kind of the only consistency for me for next season.
And rifles.
I don't know what's happening.
Tea and rifles.
Yeah.
Just tell me a little bit about the fan reaction from season 2 and how much of that you take and incorporate into the new season.
Well, I mean, our fan reaction is super gratifying. How much it affects us moving forward? How much?
Well, we always love to hear what the fans think of what we're doing. And, a lot of the times people have really great ideas, and, it does. The stuff you read, you get excited about it, and it does tend to sway you sometimes a little bit creatively. But
at least we often go, oh, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Because somebody thought of it, or they want it too much, so we got to do something different.
But we do have a kind of a big picture story to tell, and that's kind of our priority. And so, as much as we'd love to,
have Beth and Allison have an affair, for instance.
Beth and
Soccer cop.
Soccer cop. We can't do everything, right? So
no more Tony?
Well, no.
No.
You shouldn't say that. No.
I'd love to bring back Tony, and I'm sure Tat would too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can you tell me a little bit about building this mythology? Because what I love about the show is that it brings these really big ideas into play, but keeps them all pretty grounded. Did you ever come up with something that just got too crazy and you say, no, we got to pull it back?
Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah, often.
Yeah.
Can you share any examples?
Well, for example,
Fat ankle clone didn't go very far.
No, that didn't go very far. Plus, in the Jesse Helena story, I believe the original incarnation of that was Helena on a mechanical bull. And the
That's right.
mechanical bull we felt like was maybe just going a little too far.
Are we talking about a literal?
Well, instead of arm wrestling, you know how they were arm
they
wrestling?
go on a
It was a
mechanical
mechanical
bull.
bull instead, so.
Is there
But
any plan for him to return? I feel so bad for her.
we love Jesse. And we love Helena romance.
Yeah.
So, and we love Patrick too, so we're we can be hopeful.
Are there any rules with clones? Like, can you max out at a point where you feel like you're not comfortable adding more characters to this world?
Yeah, it's a busy show. It's a complex show. We have a lot of story threads. We can't service every clone every episode, so at some point, someone's got to go if you're going to introduce new people.
Yeah.
Shooting Dr. Leakey was one take. It was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever filmed in my life. It was 1 a.m. They set up, they're like, okay, we've got 2 or 3 takes that we can do of this. But by the time we actually got to the scene, the day had gone so long, it was 1 a.m. and they're like, Ken Girardi, the director, sat me down and he's like, okay, listen, we don't have time to clean the vehicle. We have 1 take, so nail it, buddy. And that was it.
Does the gun make a flash?
There was a guy sitting behind the passenger seat with a gun of goop that they like air shot me with, and it just went everywhere. It's like chunks hanging off the windshield and off my face.
I feel it on my fingers.
I feel it in my toes. Yeah,
That's all you got.
that song is forever changed for me.